In this example, we want to integrate from 2 to 4, function 3x to the third minus 5x minus 9. So I have an idea that this is going to get pretty messy on the evaluation step. So first, let's just take it term by term. I want to take the integral of 3x to the third, take the integral of minus 5x minus 9. And what you could do is you could branch this into 3 separate integrals while evaluating all 3. But since we have a definite integral, I really don't like to go that route of doing 3 separate integrals, because then you're just evaluating. I like just getting one big term, plugging in 4, my first big term, minus, plug in 2, and my second big term. That's just how I go about doing that. So I'm just going to go that route. I'm going to integrate each individual term, and then we'll plug in at the same time to everything here. So this is going to be plus 1 over 3 plus 1. So I'm going to get 3x to the fourth over 4 minus 5, and this was x to the first, so this is going to be 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1, so 5x squared over 2, minus, and then this is a constant, so whenever we have a constant, that just becomes 9x, so whatever constant it is, we just tack on an x, and the reason behind that is because this is technically 9x to the 0, so plus 1, 0 plus 1, 9x over 1. I'm going to go ahead and erase that so I don't have too much information on my screen. Now I want to, my limits of integration here are from 2 to 4. So I think just visually this looks a lot better rather than 2 to 4, 2 to 4, 2 to 4. So now I just know, all right, I'm going to plug in 4 for everything here. Then I'm going to subtract off, plugging in 2 for everything. There's a big step that we want to be careful with here. So when I plug in 4, I'm going to do 3 times 4 to the fourth over 4. Minus 5 times 4 squared over 2, minus 9 times 4. Did all the 4's. Now I want to do 2. Now here is a just super important step. When I plug in 2, I am going to put parentheses around everything after this, because I want to plug in 2 and subtract off all of this statement. So I want this to be subtracted off. I want to do minus this, minus that, minus that. So that's why I want to make sure that I put that in parentheses, because if I don't put it in parentheses, you're probably going to forget that you're supposed to be subtracting off everything. So that's why I just put the parentheses there. So minus, I'm going to plug in 2. So 3 times 2 to the fourth over 4. Minus 5 times 2 to the second over 2. Minus 9 times 2. Let me just double check. Okay, not seeing any potential errors there. And then we're going to want to plug, you can plug this all into your calculator from here if you want. I will just do that. Just plug it all into your calculator as is. Some people might want to just get this value and then write that number down, minus, and then get this value. But if you're careful with your calculator, and you really do have to be careful because we're subtracting off all of this. If you want, you could just type this all in your calculator. If you want to rewrite this as minus and then plus, that's fine too. So I'll just write that down. So minus 3 2 to the fourth over 4 plus 5 2 squared over 2. And minus 9 times, so that's going to be plus 9 times 2. See, I almost made that mistake I told you not to make. So minus, plus, and then just go to your calculator for the rest. So this should actually be over 2. I just wrote that number down wrong. Over 2, 5. And then go into your calculator, you just type that in, and you miraculously get a very nice number of 132. I would have put money on it that we were going to get some sort of decimal or weird fraction just based off of the visual of that problem. And it worked out. Got 132. Just figure out your calculator. Like, figure out what works best for you. If you need to do this, write that number down, and then do this, write that number down. That's fine. I mean, if you got to do each individual term, however you want to do it, let's do it. But at the end of the day, you're going to get 132. So it's a really good exercise in definite integrals, because this process gets pretty hard to keep track of things if you're not careful. Just like how I was when I tried to rewrite that. I made a mistake. I wrote that as over 4, probably because I was looking at that 4 or something, but And that could have, if I didn't catch that, everything else could have been wrong from there. So just little things like that you got to watch out for.